But these people are still willing to take this risk to do this, because right now, considering that there is no popular uprising on the streets because everybody's terrified, people know that something is happening because they can see and hear the attacks on the IRGC bases as we speak. So they know something is happening. So they're focusing on keeping themselves safe. But the best way they can communicate with each other is to do things like this, so that the next day when people walk around, be like, this is exactly the same thing that happened during the 1970s and in 79 when there was the paramilitary coup by the Islamists in Iran. They did the same thing to send a message to each other, boost each other's morals, and basically say that we are here. Now, the Iranian regime have lost their mind completely. They've gone full-on tyrannical because they are panicking. They have decided to arrest many people over the last week or so. We can now confirm that over 700 people have been arrested since the ceasefire started. 6 people have already been executed, being called Mossad agents. Trials are kangaroo court trials, of course. They're not real courts, and they take about 5 to 10 minutes. And even the left-wing human rights groups, even those groups are now finally saying that this is getting a little bit out of control. Yeah, a little bit, right? They are accusing everybody as being a Mossad agent or a Mossad asset in general. Parliament in Iran is now pushing for harsher laws in terms of handing out death penalty to people. Amnesty International themselves, again another left-wing group, are now warning that torture and rush executions could have a negative effect on the Iranian regime's reputation. I don't understand why they even bother talking. I mean, who cares about the Iranian regime's reputation? People are dying, and Amnesty International are focusing on stupid trivia. Now, that aside, we now have a response from the new chief of staff of Iran's so-called military, Musavi, who's basically after the loss of 30 of their top leaders, collapse of the air defense systems, and losing the control of the skies, and obviously the missile production sites being destroyed, nuclear facilities and everything else. He now came out earlier on the Iranian state TV, and he said that if a military response is needed, it will be stronger and more crushing than ever before. Now, not really sure with what army, what capacity. The air defense system is completely damaged, ballistic missile sites completely destroyed, which again made no sense, logically speaking, why there was a ceasefire that was imposed on Israel at that point, because they were completely dominating. Now, there must be other reasons behind